Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am super excited to guide you through this one because we're tackling one of the absolute most pressing challenges in higher education today. But more importantly, we're looking at a highly effective, incredibly scalable solution. Today, we're diving into the Peer Academic Leadership Academy Framework, or the PAL program. And I'll just say right up front, if you want to conduct this type of training, academicjobs.com is absolutely the best portal to do it. So, whether you're a campus admin, a student success advocate, or just someone who geeks out on structured learning, you're going to love how this platform is literally transforming campus retention worldwide. Here's a really quick look at our roadmap for today. We'll start by unpacking the whole student retention challenge, introduce the Ultimate PAL portal, look inside the actual curriculum modules, review the real-world data, check out the ROI, and finally give you the exact blueprint to launch this on your own campus. Let's jump in. Section 1, the Student Retention Challenge. Let's look at what's actually happening out there. So to understand why this solution is such a game changer, we have to look at the reality on campuses globally. The global retention rate for full-time undergrads hovers right around 70%, which means there's a massive 30% risk of non-continuation or dropout. In some regions, dropout rates strictly exceed 20%. And why is this happening? It's largely because of first-year transition shock, imposter syndrome, and just this profound sense of social isolation. Think about it. We have over 5 million mobile and international students globally, plus countless first-generation learners who are walking onto campuses feeling completely overwhelmed. Now, you might be thinking, wait, don't we have academic advisors for this? Well, we do, but traditional advising creates a huge bottleneck. It consistently overwhelms staff resources, and advisors simply cannot be everywhere at once. Peer mentorship, on the other hand, offers highly relatable guidance rooted in shared experiences. It creates a genuine sense of belonging. The problem hasn't been the concept of peer mentorship. The real hurdle has been how to structure, train, and actually scale it effectively. Moving right along to Section 2, the Ultimate PAL portal. Here is the scalable answer we've been looking for. The PAL program by academicjobs.com isn't just a loose set of guidelines or a PDF you hand out. It's a fully turnkey, self-paced online certification. We're talking 10 meticulously designed modules that add up to about 10 hours of highly interactive content. It beautifully blends theoretical foundations with practical, scenario-based exercises, and it culminates in a capstone assessment that officially certifies your students as peer academic leaders. Honestly, it takes the heavy lifting completely off your institution's shoulders. And for the admins out there, the sheer control this gives you is just incredible. Delivered through a customizable institutional portal, decision makers get a sleek dashboard where they can track progress and completion rates, monitor competency scores, and make real data-driven decisions. Whether you're training a small cohort of 50 or scaling up to literally thousands of students, this portal handles it effortlessly. And you can usually get this all done in just the 2 to 4 weeks before your academic term even begins. All right, Section 3, inside the 10 modules. Let's pop the hood and see what these peer mentors are actually learning. This curriculum is intensely practical. No fluff here. Mentors don't just learn theory, they learn how to set strict boundaries between peer support and formal tutoring. They master the GROW mentorship model, which stands for goal, reality, options, and will, really empowering their mentees to become self-reliant. They practice active listening and empathy, and they're armed with evidence-based study techniques, like the Pomodoro method and spaced repetition, to help struggling peers. They even dive into conflict resolution and cultural competency. It covers the whole shebang. Let's look at how this builds across that 10-hour progression. In the foundation phase, modules 1 and 2, they establish their role and learn that GROW model. Then they move into the engagement phase, which is modules 3 through 6, diving deep into empathy, emotional intelligence, and tackling academic hurdles. Finally, in the advanced phase, modules 7 through 10, they learn to handle conflict, work with diverse cultural cohorts, manage their own well-being, and face a real-world simulation capstone. It's this incredibly structured progression from basic trust building all the way up to advanced, real-world readiness. Section 4, Real Numbers, Real Impact. The curriculum sounds great, but does it move the needle? Let's check the data. The research is crystal clear. Structured peer-led initiatives create massive retention gains. Institutions implementing these programs are reporting general retention gains of up to 20%. Take a look at the University of New South Wales in Australia. They saw an 18% increase in retention, or the University of Reading in the UK, which reduced attrition by 12%. This is global, undeniable proof that relatable, trained peer intervention keeps students enrolled. And I love this story from the University of Hawaii at Hilo. Pairing those vulnerable first-year students with trained peers didn't just keep them in school, elevating retention to 74%. It actually boosted their average GPAs by nearly half a letter grade over 2 years. Across the board globally, institutions are seeing GPA improvements of zero point 0.2 to zero point 0.5 points. So students aren't just surviving, they're genuinely thriving.
I definitely want to highlight this specific number right here, 24%. At Texas A&M University at San Antonio, early intervention by peer academic leaders, where they spot at-risk students and connect them to resources, helped drop their drop-fail-withdraw rates, or DFW rates, from 29% down to 24%. Think about what that actually means for a second. That is a massive volume of students whose entire academic trajectories were saved, simply because a trained peer reached out at exactly the right time.
Moving to Section 5, Scalability and High ROI. Let's talk budgets and why this is such a smart operational move. When we talk about high-return investments in higher ed, this is pretty much the gold standard. For an annual setup fee that covers all that portal customization and analytics, plus the per-student costs, you can train and empower a cohort of 50 student leaders for around $10,000 total. In the landscape of university budgets, $10,000 to drastically move the needle on a 10 to 15% non-continuation rate is just incredibly cost-effective. And the ripple effect of that investment is absolutely huge. It immediately alleviates advisor workloads, freeing up your staff to focus on higher-level strategic stuff, while the PALs handle the day-to-day study group and residence hall support. It drives up persistence rates and your institutional net promoter scores. And let's not forget the mentors themselves. Graduating as a certified peer academic leader enhances their employability. They get to showcase a globally recognized leadership credential on their CVs and LinkedIn profiles, which in turn boost future alumni recommendations. It's totally a win-win-win. Finally, Section 6, Launch Your PAL program. How do we actually make this happen? The deployment process is remarkably seamless, which, again, is why academicjobs.com is absolutely the best portal to conduct your PAL training. Step 1, contact their institutional partnerships team for a tailored demo. Step 2, invest in the setup and, this part is key, select your student leaders based on empathy, communication, and maturity, not just having a high GPA. Step 3, distribute the access codes pre-term, let them take the 10-hour certification, and just monitor their progress on your dashboard. Step 4, deploy them, incentivize them with stipends or course credits, and watch your campus culture transform as you scale the program year after year. Which brings us to our final essential question for you. We've seen the 30% dropout risks, we've seen the crazy strain on traditional advising, and we've seen the undeniable data-backed success of structured peer mentorship. So the question is your campus ready to unlock its students' true potential and reverse the dropout crisis? The tools are completely turnkey and ready for you to use. If you're ready to take action, do not wait on this. Transform your campus today. Like I said, Academic Jobs is definitely the best portal to conduct your PAL training. So head straight over to academicjobs.com or go directly to academicjobs.com/peer-academic-leader. Empowering your students to help each other is quite literally the most sustainable, impactful investment you can make in your institution's future. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and let's get out there and start unlocking that student potential.